Hi, this is Niranjan, and I'm going to demonstrate a fast API application that I containerized using Docker and managed with the Docker Compose and deployed on AWS EC2 instance. And I will show the code, the Docker setup, and how the API is accessible through the public URL. And the first will show the project structure and a code which I have written. Give me a second. So this is the structure of the code or a structure of the program through folder wise like FastAPI Docker. In that, this is the file which we uh, is to write the code, the code, and the folder app is contains the first API codes like main.py, where the code was there, and require.documents uh, contains Python dependency, and Dockerfile Dockerfile uh, defines how the application is containerized. Docker Compose is used to run the application easily using the command. This is the overall structure of the uh, program, and this is the fast API code. This is a simple API application. The root endpoint returns a allow message. There is another endpoint accepts a dynamic parameters and an optional query parameters. Fast API automatically generates interactive API documentation using Swagger UI. This is the code which we wrote. Second, Docker file. Um, this is the Docker file which we wrote. Docker file is used Python 3.10 as the base image. I set the work directory, copy the requirements file, install dependency, and copy the application code. The application is started using UV-cron, which runs the fast API server inside the container. This is the point, this is a line of the server. Next, docker-compose.yml, which is Docker Compose allows me to define the service configuration in a single line. Here I build the image map container port 8000 to host port 8000 and make the service easy to run using one command. This is how we run the code. Sorry. First, we need to redirect to the folder where our code and our project is there. So from there, we can this is how we build the code. So now we'll copy the URL to run the, it's in a local HTTP. Go to Chrome, open, enter. So this is the code, but it works only for the local, not for the other devices or other any other persons. it's because the image is locally, I mean, locally in the sense the image is only there in the current laptop. So it shows only the thing. And this is the how the API or switch was there. And next we move to the EC2, deploy it on EC2 instance. I'll show you my EC2 instance. So this is my EC2 instance which we have created, like these are details of the EC2 instance, like instance ID, public ID, private ID, public DNS, IP DNS, and everything. And in a security, we have made, sorry, in a security, we have onboarded, uh, modified the inbound rules to perform, to uh, get the 8000 TCP port number range. And this is the CLI, where this is a Docker image or Docker which we imported from the local to server. Using SSH, we can do that, or directly we can click on connect and we can um sorry we can connect to the EC2 instance, and we can um get the download. I mean, we can install the Docker compose and everything. Then we can deploy the code which is there in our local. And so this is the public IP I have for my EC2 instance, where if you can run this, if you click, we can enter. So it runs. So it is a public IP who can run from anywhere they required, and not required any additional access or additional requirements or anything. This is about how we install I mean, how we do the things, and how we deploy in a EC2 instance. And the challenges which are faced uh, during this project, I faced issue related to Docker commands, missing extendables, port exposures, and SSH permissions. I resolved them by debugging logs, fixing Dockerfile commands, configuring security groups, and correcting file paths. The, the project gave me the real world DevOps troubleshooting experience and lot. And this project demonstrated my understanding of API deployment, containerization, and cloud deployment. In the future, I plan to extend this by adding machine learning, interface, and CI/CD automations. Thank you.